Just a little update for the 7 people that don't give a shit. As you guys saw in the last vlog, I had to break into the office. I had to go through the other office, go through the fire escape. Well, now, a lot of times we just leave the door unlocked, which isn't the best. But if it is locked, Jack got us these bird houses that are supposedly supposed to be undercover. What the fuck's the name of this? Combo box that has the key in it. Not very secretive. I mean, someone still gotta know the code, but it's kind of obvious, like, hey, a birdhouse doesn't just sit there, but whatever. We in this bitch.
If trivia is hard, you get harder with Blue Chew.
I've been going through a crazy divorced dad like playlist. Fucking, you know what I'm talking about? Like that kind of music. Like fucking Nickelback. Like, dude, I saw it on TikTok a few times. Like, low key, that's gas. I look up and I've been like rocking with that playlist for like a cribbo now. Don't know why I'm in like a fucking divorced dad phase, but it's pretty lit. And Nickelback's fucking gas. I'm just discovering that like now.
This is how you remind me.
Keep the shirt. Oh yeah. Thoughts? Shout out to Jameson. This is what he got me for my birthday. Little soprano accent shirt. Actually, it was Christmas, not my birthday.
All right, hopefully, Joe, this thing's on. Hopefully it's recording. We'll see. It is currently Tuesday. I don't have my phone, so I don't know the date. Feels like the 23rd or something like that. What's new? Ping pong. Ping pong, just to let you guys know, is gonna be a common talking point moving forward. When you get a new office and a ping pong table's in it, and about once every 2 hours, someone says, do you want to play ping pong? Oh, Lord. God damn it. Fighting for my life.
I'm gonna make you work, boy. One side. You wanna be great or do you wanna be average, J-Mo? You gotta work!
Fuck! Do I have to
now.
play hero ball or just try to survive?
We're gonna find out right now. Yes!
There's all of a sudden a new storyline, a new narrative, a new power ranking that needs to be discussed, talked about. Enough ping pongs, I'm sure they'll talk about it. I'm sure I'll talk about it again, so I don't need to bring it up first thing Tuesday.
I know people are probably coming in here talking about their ping pong skills, and we're still practicing. We're still trying to get good, but nothing to write home about. I can be proud of my trivia game, not so much of ping pong.
My debut in the vlog, my name is Casey Settleman from Team Snapback Sports. I beat Gut 21-0 in ping pong in our only match thus far, and that's the only time I plan to ever play him because a 21-0 match is a waste of time.
I feel like we need to get Casey and Jack in on these vlogs. They might have done it last week for all I know, but I didn't see them do it. Having them in the building is also very cool. Just fresh energy every day. Casey's always fun to riff with. Jack, always fun to just hear whatever's up to date with the Ravens. That's what he likes to yap about the most. It's pretty cool to have them in. This weekend, we have a couple of big hitters coming into the building. We got JL coming in. Every time I come in, I'm like, when JL comes in, big things happen. I've said that past 4 times JL's came in, so you know what? 5th time's a charm. When JL comes in, big things happen. The company takes a step forward. But outside of JL, we also have our new Dynasty Fantasy Football creators coming into the building. So guess what? Start fucking creating. We got Andrew and Adam coming in.
Excited to kind of get them going and get them on board. And I'm probably going to edit a lot of their videos, which I'm excited about. I myself am very into Dynasty. I've been playing Dynasty since 2020, so it's like 4 years now. I love all aspects of Dynasty. Normally when I think of like fantasy football, like my mind goes to Dynasty. I'm not really a big redraft guy. I was in 1 redraft league this year and the rest were Dynasty.
The thing that I'm most looking forward to right now and most set on mindset wise, we're about to launch a Dynasty only channel. That might mean nothing to a lot of you guys because you guys watch us for trivia. But I came up making content about fantasy football, and then in the off season, everybody would always ask me, like, what do y'all do in the off season, right? February hits, like, what are you doing for 8 months? Fortunately for us and for me and for the business, etc., fantasy football has really turned into a year-round sport because there are people that love playing Dynasty fantasy football, and it's a lot of people from our audience. And I think a lot of people that start to play it, it ends up becoming their favorite form of fantasy football. And I saw how quickly it became mine. We are really heavily focused on launching that YouTube channel, which we will link down below. If any of y'all play Dynasty, we're gonna be putting out a shitload of videos each week, and we'll have 2 new content creators coming on to the channel for that. You guys have met them if you've watched all of our videos on the trivia channel. It is Adam and Andrew. Andrew was in here for kind of like an interview with me and JMO 2 or 3 weeks ago. He was on trivia, the Minnesota Vikings hat. Not a great trivia performer. Gonna need to step up his game if he wants to hang around here, but I'm not hiring him for trivia. Adam's a dude who has been part of the BDG community for a long time. He's like one of our first Patreons ever, back in the day, back in the day. And then he started making his own content. He's been doing it for a while and he's gotten so much better at it. And I feel very comfortable having him be part of the team making content about this, which he's really, really passionate about. So those are the two guys that I'm kind of be locked and loaded with for right now. You know, we might add more team members, we might have some other guys internally involved a little bit more if they want to, but I was looking for guys who are already doing it, guys who are well established in terms of like being comfortable on camera, being able to create by themselves as individual creators, as well as be able to work with production and lighting and all that kind of stuff. And those two guys know how to do that really well.
So yeah, I'm excited to see like how that goes, their conversations they have. I already have my Dynasty rankings. If you guys want to see them, I can post them. I don't really care. I was gonna post them in the Discord and then I kind of went, maybe not. So I kind of kept them to myself for now. But if you want to see them, ask and I'll put them in.
This shirt right here, actually, South Harmon is actually Adam's Dynasty Fantasy Football Company channel. This right here is Adam. I'm wearing that to represent him coming into the building. If you want to see the channel he already has been growing for the past couple years and puts his blood, sweat, and tears into to get some of the best Dynasty content out there, go to YouTube, South Harmon. I'm excited to see him, getting closer with him the past few times he's come here, so always good to see him, and he'll be coming here regularly, hopefully once, 2, 3, 17 times a month. And Andrew as well, we only met him once, but he's a pretty cool dude.
The way we're looking to rip things off is we've been preparing for it for a minute. Adam lives all the way out in Cleveland, so shout out to Adam because he's gonna be coming to New York twice a month probably, and we're gonna be filming a shitload of videos on the weekends. Andrew's from New Jersey, he'll come in on those weekends when Adam's here. So we're gonna film 4 or 5 videos when Adam and Andrew are here, and then each of us, me, Adam, Andrew, will all do individual videos on the Dynasty channel. So we will start off right off the rip, 5 videos per week.
This fucking plant's just too big for its own good. It's like when you have like a 6-foot dog that tries to like sit in your lap kind of thing. We gotta put it in the jungle or something.
You asked for it.
No, plan is to have videos out Monday to Friday. 2 per week will be group, and then 1X individual for us 3. What I'm thinking is we group it on Mondays and Thursdays. 3 days in between will be up to us to discuss. Based on your guys' schedule, do you have preferences on days of the week that you would like to upload or have yours uploaded? 24 hours usually the turnaround. Okay.
For the editing?
Oh, all right. Yeah, it's easy. I mean, sometimes I give Tony my video at like 9:30. I'm like, this got to be on YouTube by 11. And he gets it done. Bang, 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 bang. Okay. So yeah, we're looking at 24-hour-ish turnaround for the most part.
This is the time to capitalize on it right now. And that will be on the new channel, achieving that thing.
Me and Gut will be editing it. And so that is going to be what fantasy shifts to in the off season. Of course, we'll still have trivia. Trivia's been going pretty well. I don't want to jinx anything, but I've been on a little bit of a hot streak. You know, people are starting to take notice. People are being like, damn, you've been winning a lot of trivias lately. Damn, your ball knowledge is kind of deep. It's always been this way. Nothing's really changed. I'm just, you know, humbly performing well week after week after week. Eventually, you just add up a bunch of dubs and you put together a nice career. That's what it'd be on trivia.
Where it's like now in the off season, we can get a little more creative. We can kind of make our own ideas become realities. We can do a lot more with less. And that's what's like fun. I think that kind of brings out a real like team effort too, which is like really exciting because like we're all in on an idea or we're all in on doing something. Trivia is still pretty much the same. We're still pretty much rocking. We're changing setups, trying to figure out new shit, seeing what works, what doesn't.
Sexy and my rivalry, due to his fraudulent editing, is still at its peak. And I think I'll hold a grudge until I get my first trivia dub, which hopefully will come tomorrow at the time of recording this. Yeah, I look forward to that first dub. It's gonna be generational, as people will say. It's good to be in the blog for the first time. The vlog, not the blog. Thank you.
I'll talk about the combine for a minute. The combine that we're supposed to be doing got pushed back, but for a good reason, because we think perhaps, not to tease, but to tease, not to get false hope, but here's some false hope. We think we could talk to underdogs where we can bet higher or lower on our performance in the combine. Just how you go on underdog and say Mahomes is gonna get over or under 250 passing yards, we think you might be able to do that for me. You can go on there possibly and say J-Mo is gonna go over under 7 seconds for his 40-yard dash. Hopefully I'm hitting the under on that, but.
So we're giving them time, we're giving it time to warm up.
And I tell you what, the weather has been so cold that I would have shown up to the combine in like 3 or 4 layers of clothing, and I would have not given a fuck about my score. I'm running the 40 in 4 layers of clothes. That's just how it is. Probably want to take the under of all my times if that was the case, because I wasn't going to be that aerodynamic. So I'm glad that we're moving it to warmer weather. That's what I'm saying.
We just ordered the football, we ordered the laser, we ordered the vertical jump. Like, we're gonna do this full legit. It might be streamed depending on underdog, which is exciting stuff. I'm really excited about it. Should be a lot of fun. I'm excited to make it and kind of head the project. I love doing big projects like this. This is something like I want to kind of get into more of longer form YouTube videos. That's kind of something I always grew up on watching. I wasn't introduced here by the TikToks. I wasn't found on the trivia, as you can probably tell. That was not my thing. It was the fantasy side of thing. Like, I saw Nick on YouTube doing long form stuff. I saw all the Animal, Ike, Snacks, all of them. That's how I got introduced to this channel. Saw them doing some long form stuff, but it wasn't like anything crazy. Where it's like, now it's like we have the production, we have the guys around us, we have the cameras around us, we have the guys we can bring in that we need to. Now we're with Jack and Casey. They can pitch in. So it gives us a lot of hands on to do bigger projects like this. We'll feel accomplished about when we're done, and that's something like I really want to kind of drive home, is like the combine's going to be fun in a lot of aspects. We all get to compete against each other. I'm not probably competing as I'm like hosting and everything, but like all the guys get to compete against each other. They get to toss around the pigs and they get to go, we sound like fucking children. We're going outside, recess time, but it's going to be something that is that, and then it's also going to be like really cool cinematically for me to kind of help produce that and get all the guys invested and get the momentum swinging and marketing it and all that sort of shit. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really excited about it, and we're kind of like getting to that point where we can kind of like get going on that sort of stuff.
So things are good right now, but I've been working like crazy hours. I feel like I'm here till 7, 8, 9, almost every single night, even on like Saturdays and Sundays. I'm not complaining at all. I just found myself way busier now that we've been in here, and it's just like an environment that I'm way more comfortable in. One thing I'm really looking forward to, and I want to see how these guys kind of like react and adapt to it, is this idea of deep work.
I don't know exactly what you call Mondays, but on the calendar, it just says deep work. Like, no, not like that. It's like, it's more like work. Like, there's so many E's. Aggressive. It like takes up the whole day. It's just like the D starts at like 7 a.m. and then it's just E's all the way until like 7 p.m. and then 8 p.m. it's like a bunch of P's. It's just work. What does that mean? I don't know. I've never done deep work in my life. I've never had to do deep work ever since I started working here.
Some of you guys have read that book, Deep Work, I'm sure. I've actually never read the book, but I know what deep work is because I often engage in deep work. And deep work is like focus on one task at hand. And it's a very important task in which you really need to like get focused in on. I guess it's a little bit hard to explain, but like when I'm researching for my videos, I go into deep work and I work on the same thing for like 2, 3, 4 hours. And at the end of it, it's really, really concise work. It's not like your brain being scattered and you're doing a million different things and you're checking your phone and you're doing some admin work here and answering some emails here. Like, that's work, but that's not deep work. Everyone finds deep work in different things. Like, some of you guys who love to edit find deep work in editing. Like, I'm sure some of the guys in the office, like maybe J-Mo or whatever, find deep work when they're making trivias. Like, getting into a zone where it feels like you are tunnel vision and you are so locked in that before you know it, like 3 hours pass and that was the only thing you worked on. So what we're implementing here in the office starting next Monday is every Monday morning from 10:30 all the way to 1:30, so it's 3 hours, we are implementing a deep work period where we're all gonna go and sit at this long black table where the ping pong table is, and we are all going to put a higher level project that we're working on the whiteboard, and that is the only thing we're gonna focus on for those 3 hours. Each person has their own individual project. We're not gonna communicate, we ain't gonna talk, we ain't gonna do none of that shit. Tony's creeping on me right now at the door. But we're gonna lock in, we're gonna dial in, and we're gonna do that for like 3 straight hours every Monday, or 8 weeks, over 2 months, sessions of like 3-hour deep work. I'll be able to solve each of these individual problems in each deep work session. And when you start to break it down like that, like you can do like 20 hours of whatever here and there work on something, but if you get like 4 to 5 hours of deep work on something specific, it goes so much further. So I'm gonna force them to do it. There might be some pullback because they fucking just yap all day. If we're sitting out there, they just yap, but I'm not going to allow that. I think we're gonna have a debrief.
Put the ping pong table down. We're gonna put the paddles down for a second, bring out the conference table, the business table, and get some business done. Not surface level, like, oh, I gotta edit this video, work done. Deep work done, getting those bigger pictures. So Monday should be cool. However, I'm gonna need to take this first Monday off. I haven't told Nick that, but already bagging out of the deep work Mondays.
And if you run across a problem, you try to solve it yourself. And we'll probably have a debrief period afterwards where it's like, all right, I couldn't get around this problem. What do you guys think about this? So more of like a communication brainstorming session on something that you were going through there. I'm really excited because I think this is something that will push us forward really quickly. Look good in your mind, but like none of that stuff happens. None of this happens without action behind it and like really conscious action towards achieving that thing. And the harder you work towards it and the deeper the work you do on it, the better it will come out. So that's what I'm hoping to accomplish with that.
Any other bullshit news happening? AFC, NFC championships coming up. I'm still standing by my picks. Chiefs over Niners, looking good, looking potential. I do think the Ravens are the better team. I think their defense is literally lights out. Like, it's not just like, oh, one of the best. Like, no, it's lights out. It's the best. So I could give Mahomes some trouble, but I'm sticking with my pick that I had months ago, Chiefs over Niners 2019 rematch. Lately, I've been trying for myself, my own TikTok. For those of you out there who may or may not know, I have my own channel on TikTok, Jameson.Trahan. Hit me up, give me a follow, give me a like perhaps. Lately, I've been looking into trying to find my own editor to edit my TikTok videos so that I could focus on like some of the bigger project things at BDGE and not have to spend like 30 minutes, an hour a day just editing my new things. Editing is just one of those tedious admin bullshit things. So I'm trying to find that. So if any of you out there like to edit or know how to edit TikToks, or you've seen my videos and you think you can edit to the style which I do, which I gotta say, I'm not a great editor. You guys have seen before, even last vlog probably, Joe shared a bit of it. My camera and editing skills aren't the best. You don't need top tier skills. You just gotta have like the bare minimum. Hit me up in the comments, hit me a DM, whatever. So here's my pitch, you know, Boss Jameson is hiring. If any of you are looking for a fucking job that pays free. Want some volunteer hours? I'll sign off for you.
I forgot to add in, me and Gut are going to get haircuts on Thursday morning, 11 a.m. Same barber shop, same barber, 2 at the same time. We're gonna need to reschedule deal or no deal later than 11 o'clock.
Me and Gut going to get our haircuts now. Look at that, how electric our curls are together. That's crazy. We're going down to 12 Pell, which I think is down in Chinatown. Great example of a creator-led business. They're all over TikTok. We found them on there, booked our appointments, and now we're ready to go. I haven't got a real professional haircut in I think 7 years. I've been cutting my own hair, as you guys could probably tell throughout the videos that I've posted in that time. It's not great. This is the first time I'm a little bit nervous. It's gonna go one of 2 ways. It's either gonna go really well and I'm gonna go back to that guy for the rest of my life, or it's gonna go terribly and I'll never trust another barber for the rest of my life. So I'm basically locking this in for the rest of my life, no matter what path it goes. Oh, it's gonna be so bad. This is me pre-haircut. What are you going? You going mully?
Probably. I'm gonna try to go burst fade, maybe get a little off the sides. I don't know. I need some off the top. So
That's
it's
crazy.
It's getting too long.
A burst fade? What does that even mean?
How you doing?
Good, I feel like you belong in Chinatown, bro.
That heads up.
Cheers.
All of my friends have been complimenting it. Like, they really like it.
This is my confession. So this is my haircut. I hate it. It's getting worse by the hour. What happened to your mullet? So he like left it long because he was like, you can't get a mullet right now. You don't have long hair, but I'll cut it. So it's long. It needs to be like the same all around, and then you start growing it out. So like, I don't know what he was talking about. He's giving me suggestions, and I was like, I don't like any of them. I'm just not built for haircuts. I'm built for my own haircut. You know what I'm saying? Like, my head's a weird shape. My ears are too big. When I get a haircut, I look like I'm 16 again. All these bad things. Therefore, I'm back to cutting my hair for the rest of my life. It saves me money. It's a value pick. You know what I'm saying? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Can't go broke making a profit. I mean, what are you bitching about? I didn't literally even say anything. No.
Alright, let's get your ass on the floor.
Oh.
You can't do most of that stuff with streaming. So if you want to unlock that stream,
He has no idea.
Oklahoma Joe?
Because he was dying. I was like,
You would die.
I think he was just.
You serious?
so you'll be good.
Nick first gut, he has to stop around the 1 yard line of the end zone.
1 yard line?
1 yard line, you got to stop gut. Sideline tackle to the pylon.
So easy.
I mean, that's part of our drill that we're gonna do. So you gotta tag off the hip, and you just gotta, make a move. Make a move.
Strict. -2.
What's the that's what's the word I'm looking for? We're like the attention span, right? Like I don't have the attention span to play doubles. Like I need the ball every time. You know what I mean?
For the company.
This is how you remind me of what I really am. This is how you remind me of what I really am. It's not like you to say sorry. I was waiting on a different story. And this time I'm mistaken for handing you a heart worth breaking. And I've been wrong, I've been down, been to the bottom of every bottle. These five words in my head.
Nick thought I wasn't gonna hide balloons around the office because I didn't do it last week, so.
All right, it's Friday. Played an intense game of 2-on-2 ping pong.
All right, zeros. Dial in. Down the middle. We're good. Assume it's yours.
Confusion creates confusion.
Yes! Go! 8-5. Let's go! 20. 22. Oh! Fly over that. No! Fuck me!
We went up 2-0 and lost the series 3-2. Just absolutely devastated to my core.
Some might say you threw the game.
I wouldn't disagree with that.
Down 0-2.
0-2
best of
comeback?
5. New power rankings. Some might say Nick's overrated.
Play me one-on-one. Let's get it.
I'm a team player.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm a team player. See, he can't play with a teammate. That's why.
Coward.
Listen, I've played about 40 games of ping pong today already. I get to the last one. Doubles is a hard game to play. Angel, we already beat someone's ass in wavelength today. I can't remember who, but we played together a little bit.
I'm back here for, I don't know, third confession. Me and JMO got pretty close to winning in wavelength, but we didn't pull the dub because I blew it.
Took a hit. Me and Joe partnered up today, and we were like going for records. Yeah, we were legit going for records, and then just historical fall down choke job.
Really caught me off guard with Shih Tzu. I mean, nobody likes fucking Shih Tzus. I know that. Thought they were too popular, so. But then you also go pair with Ohio, and like, who the fuck wants to go to Ohio University?
Yeah, wasn't great. Maybe next time. I still think Nick and JL were like such a veteran duo to put us up against. Like, they've been working together for years. They talk every day like they're dating. I'm not making excuses, all right? We lost, okay? I don't like being a sore loser, but 1 game sample size. I should have just had that community college or something. Not how you start. All right, Justin Herbert's got a losing record. I still love him. He's still the greatest. We got potential. Oh yeah, I really think if Nick was paired up with anyone else, we would have been fine.
It was a bad one, but we'll recover. We'll recuperate. Every game I've played, gotten better. So that's good.
We gave our best shot then, got on the ping pong table. Jamo and Gut simply just wanted it more today. They just wanted it more.
Let's go! Let's go! We can handle it!
So they won. Doesn't fucking matter. Play me in singles.
I'm tired of all these scrubs in the office. It's kind of getting frustrating. Trying to talk ball and never played before. Talk about a gap scheme. They're like, what the hell is that? Talking about sliding the line. What the hell is that? Like, these are key protections for a quarterback. They don't know what we're talking about here. Can't even evaluate the film when you can't watch it. You know what I'm saying?
Nice. What are you talking about?
I said in my confessional, I was talking about how all you guys are watching film. You guys say you know ball, box go watch it. Can't even tell me how to run a play. Don't know what a slide is. Don't know how to run gap scheme. Fold it.
Defensive player of the year.
You?
Who else?
Anybody else?
Nick's been watching crazy film though. Respect. We've been shooting. Whoa, pause. We've been. Not that words came out wrong. Ripping the film on Malik Neighbors.
Just like the way that he breaks. I think he like sells the outside route and breaks in so well. Contested catch definitely like iffy in those situations. Long speed, like if you give him a runway, he's fucking gone. So what is he gonna run? Like low 4.4s?
Yeah, I'd say probably around there.
Yeah.
I don't think he's gonna break 4.3. I'd say probably like 4.5-ish, that around that area.
Yeah.
If he does really well, 4.40 maybe. He's definitely gonna be one of the fastest ones.
Yeah, that's my takeaways. He's just a fucking dog. He's so good at like. They put him in the slot a lot, which I thought was cool. If an NFL team uses him as like a big slot receiver, he's awesome at like finding soft spots in the zone.
I think he's gonna be one where he can be elite if he's in the right spot. I think if he goes to the wrong team, he could get fucked over fast.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. Because if they put him as like strictly a boundary receiver where he's always working outside, it's gonna be a little
And
problematic.
like him running, I think one of his actual weaker routes is a streak, which is like ironic, especially against a bigger corner. Plays too much for line of scrimmage.
Who do you have as like a comp for him? I kind of got like a little bit of an AJ Green feel, but I think Green is probably stronger at the catch point.
Yeah, I would say, I feel like that's hard because AJ Green is more like you can throw it up, you know.
He didn't have that.
I would say he's more like a Diggs, where he's like, he's
Diggs,
a really creative route runner, and he can get open in space. Like I'm talking like Diggs out of college, like Maryland Diggs. I know there's fucking people like, oh, the Jamar Chase of this draft. Like, that's just enough.
I gotta say though, dude, like, I don't know. I'm watching Jaden Daniels. I feel like he's throwing him some bad balls a lot of the time.
I think Jaden Daniels is going to be so overvalued because of the speed.
I'm a little nervous after watching him.
Jaden Daniels is going to be one of those players that's just like an athletic freak, and some coach is going to need to either mold him or he's going to be.
Yeah, he can fucking scoop.
He also, like, as soon as he gets pressured, he's out.
Yeah. You know what's funny about Malik Neighbors? Just like, he cannot be bothered if the ball's not going to him. He's like, Jaden Daniels takes off at the line of scrimmage and he like turns his head and walks the other way. It's actually, he's such a diva. But that almost makes me know that he's gonna be good. You know? When you're that much of a diva, like you're already in that like Odell tier. It's like, I know you're gonna cause some problems because you're so good.
He just is doing a Dunze today. I have a Dunze over Neighbors because of his contested catches. Nick ended up watching the film. Questionable at first. Came out as Gutterstein was correct on that statement. He just struggles in contested catches, so I have a Dunze as my wide receiver 2, and I think he'd be wide receiver 1 in any fucking draft outside of this one with Marvin Harrison. With that being said, I'm excited to get the Dynasty channel going. I'm excited to get the Dynasty shit ripping because that's like what I love. I love breaking down film. I love kind of breaking down traits of guys, seeing what's good, what's not, where they'll be the best fit.
I first got into fantasy football. I first became obsessed with fantasy football because of Dynasty. So I am personally very excited for this branch of BDGE.
Adam and Andrew are in town to launch the Dynasty channel. They will be putting in work this weekend to go ahead and plan for the month and the year and just the entire vision for the Dynasty channel, because we don't want to just be strapped into one subject of content of just redraft fantasy, just trivia, just Dynasty. We want all of them.
Basically, the way I'm looking at what we're doing is like, we have a very large redraft audience and we would like to start pushing people into the Dynasty space because we play it and we enjoy it. And I think we've done that already, but now I want to separate it and become like the entire part of the funnel. It's like, we are introducing you to Dynasty. You're going to fall in love with Dynasty Fantasy Football. How do I join a Dynasty League? You join our Discord and we'll put you in a Dynasty League with other BDGE audience members. Okay, now I'm in the league. How do I get better? I need to watch content. You'll watch our content. Okay, I need to get even better. How do I improve upon that? I'll use tools and buy products from BDGE. I love this game. I want to get into more leagues. Where are you going to do that? Through BDGE. We're trying to kind of own the entire funnel. And because we have so much leverage through large redraft channel already, this should be a relatively seamless transition in my mind, which that never actually happens in real life. There's never any such thing as a seamless transition. So we'll see what things fuck up along the way. But yeah, that's probably top of mind for me because these guys are going to be here for the whole weekend. We're going to be filming for the whole weekend.
So we are starting to branch out, and Dynasty is going to be that new branch.
So we're thinking about content schedule, right? We want to launch immediately 5 videos a week.
Do you guys have preferences on type of content that you want to do individually?
Player analysis and talking about like market values and things like that. Like that's what I feel like I enjoy a lot.
Honestly, I'm not too concerned about what each person does. I just want to make sure we're not overlapping.
Well, that's why I was going to say, if that, based on with your rookie player analysis, I can keep mine more strategy based.
Yeah, we talked about that, and I think that's a great idea. This is like a hybrid, I think, of
right.
both.
Yep.
And like I spend almost all of my time, fantasy-wise, on rookies now. Just like literally watching film. I don't do a ton of like dynasty strategy type stuff right now. So if you guys can like lean on you for that, I think that'd be fucking perfect for the channel. And then obviously in the group stuff, we'll have flavor from everywhere. So I think this is a good basic foundation of the types of content that we're gonna make. I think what you guys might need to do is just like talk weekly about like the overall.
I was gonna actually say, I'll just get with you and make sure like if whatever I'm talking about isn't gonna really encroach or make it repetitive of what you're doing, right? Cool.
They'll come out to New York. We'll do multiple group videos together. We'll batch group 4 or 5, 6. If any of you guys are content creators, batch grouping, batch filming is, you know, when you do a bunch of them at once. So that's like the one task you do, and then maybe you'll edit all of them at once or whatever. You're batching the tasks together. Because they're not in New York, from New York, it's hard for them to get here physically. We want to make sure that we are doing everything in person because we have the studio here, and what fucking good would it be if we didn't do that? So we're filming a bunch together, but then we will all do our own individual video. That way it's easy for us. It's not a ton of workload. Like 5 videos a week might sound like a lot, but realistically, it's like 1 day of filming every 2 to 3 weeks with them. And then we all do 1 video a week, scale up to 5. Now, thumbnails, that's another big thing you have to think about when people launch YouTube channels. The packaging is really, really important. It doesn't need to be perfect from the start, but it does need to be something that people want to click on. If you think your content is amazing, guess what? No one's going to fucking see it if they don't actually click on it, if they're not enticed by the title. The title and the thumbnail have to work together to really like tell a story. But right now, we don't have extra resources in terms of people to start making new thumbnails. We start making videos, we don't find a thumbnail person. I'm gonna have to make all those thumbnails every single week, and that's more workload that I don't need, nor can I handle really on my plate right now. So thinking through these things, it is packaging, it's the content schedules, making sure that the creators that you have making the content are fitting your brand. Also have like a bigger vision for the way that you operate within the business, because it's easy to bring these guys here and they're like great at Dynasty or whatever the case may be, but if they don't fit in with the group, if there's not chemistry here, if the guys don't like hanging around with them, that is to me equally as important, because that is how you start to create like a divide within the workspace. This also gives us a little bit of breathing room. That's another piece of advice I think I could give to people that are starting content. If you're worried about not really having time, what you could do is like, hey, I want to start making videos. You could start making the videos and actually launch the thing that you're wanting to do in 2 months, right? And make 6, 7, 8 videos, so you never feel pressed that's like, oh fuck, like I should have a video going out tomorrow. You have a bunch of them done, and that's kind of what we're doing with them being here now and not launching the channel for another week and a half. So I'm really excited for that to rip.
Off-season content schedule is going to look like for them, how they're going to split up the work. I wasn't in that meeting, so I don't know what the verdict is, but I know that me and Gut will be splitting the editing work, so that's all I really care about, you know? If they can yap about all the fantasy wide receivers and the running backs that you need to draft, just let me know when you need the video up, all right? That's all I need to know.
Excited for the combine coming up. We moved the date, trying to get Underdog to really get them lines going, talk to the legal team. Zach talked to me, who's the head of the Underdog stuff, about that, and we're trying to get that rolling as soon as possible. So we'll see what happens. Right now it's looking good to where you'll be able to bet on lines, which is where I want to get it to, which is what I've talked to him about, of where it's like the 40 set at Nick running a 4-4 or fucking Joe running 4-3, 4-2, fuck it, 4-1, laser. Dialed in. Yeah, so that'd be really fucking cool, and it'd be a lot of fun to bet on like that sort of shit. I will not be participating. I'd rather like coach it. Also, I don't have hamstrings anymore, so I'd probably die on the way through the 40. I've torn my hamstring twice. No hip either. 40 time used to be good. Not anymore. I'd run like a 5. I don't know if I could hit top gear anymore. It's kind of sad to say. I haven't hit top gear since October, which is kind of crazy for me. Getting old. The youngest in the office, but I feel old as fuck. Yeah, my legs are definitely the oldest. Definitely shot.
Me personally, going full-time with Nick and BDGE. I am also going full-time, exclusive, whatever you want to call it, with Underdog. That's like our biggest partner at BDGE. On my own channel on TikTok, I am now signing with just Underdog. I used to work with all kinds of other DFS companies. Now I'm stepping away from those and going just Underdog, Underdog only, hence the t-shirt. I'm locked in for a year, so I'm pretty hyped about that to kind of work out a deal with them. It's pretty cool because a few years ago when I signed with them, I just thought it'd be like a little thing to do with TikTok on the side, and now I'm a free agent and they wanted to sign me to a max contract, so that was pretty sweet. Joe celebrating.
In the new office. This is my first time in the new office, and I've 100% of the time played ping pong. But yeah, I'm excited to be back. I got but we got so much things cooking this week. We launched the brand redesign. That's the first thing to be excited about. New colors, all in the product. I'm really happy with the way the brand design turned out. This is actually my third brand redesign in the past year. So I did a brand redesign for my company, for New York Fantasy. We did one for Prize Picks, and then right when I joined here, a couple months in, we decided to refresh the brand, get all new colors, new logo, new fonts, and so we loaded that into the product, and that's live now.
The only real update that I have on trivia is we're probably going to get rid of the silhouette game, or any game that involves silhouettes, that is. Done games with player silhouettes in it a handful of times, but then like this last one that we did, everybody was just shitting on us, being like, dude, this is just like a guess the silhouette, like it has nothing to do with football. And then we were kind of like, you know what, you got a point about that. So basically the only thing we accomplished in the trivia meeting was that we're gonna kill any silhouette games. See what's J-Mo doing in this office. J-Mo's really coming out of his shell. He's becoming more aggressive. He won a couple ping pong games, and now he's just really feeling himself. I remember when he was a shy little intern, wouldn't really talk to anyone, was very to himself, very respectful. Now he don't give a fuck about anything. Kids, they just hit a certain age. Once they turn 22, they don't give a fuck. Gut's almost there. Gut is still a little bit shelled off, but he's only 21. You know, when he hits 22, Gut's gonna be a full-blown menace. Gut's mom brought some banging cookies. I'm sorry, I don't want to use Gut's mom and banging in the same sentence. That's not what I wanted to do, but they were banging. I think the biggest news for me personally, I'm in on the Blue Chew game. Blue Chew, for those of you that don't know, I think it's ED medication. I don't need it, but I just keep seeing advertisements of it, and it feels like people just take them just because it's like a cool thing to do right now, you know? It's just what all the cool kids are doing, walking around super hard all the time, fucking rocking boners, and I don't know. I've been asking everyone who comes in the office if they've ever taken Blue Chew. The only person who has, apparently, I'm trying to rat anybody out here, it's Nick.
Blue Chew, we're coming for you. We want it. We want it bad.
Nick's the Blue Chew guy. I didn't know that. Nobody else is taking it, so I'm gonna step up tonight, load up on some Blue Chew, and see how that do. But I got a friend from Cali visiting this weekend, so I'll definitely give you an update. Obviously, it's supposed to be more of like a private thing, but I just keep asking everyone about Blue Chew, and now it's just like a meme in the office. We're trying to get a Blue Chew sponsorship.
Yeah, Blue Chew has been a pretty common thing in the office. We've been kind of like jokingly like, oh, we're gonna get sponsored by Blue Chew. As much as we talk about it, we fucking should. Like, I feel like we always joke, let's get sponsored by this, let's get sponsored by that. And it's kind of on me. I think at this point, Nick's like kind of giving me that ability to reach out and do that for us. But I feel like we're always half joking, where if we joke about it so much where I was like, oh, we can actually do this, then people, if I made it a real thing, would be like, no, I don't want to do the work for that. So I'm like, all right. I don't know. Maybe I could be wrong. Maybe I'm just assuming. But in the next few weeks, I'm going to start putting in some work to get our first commercials out. Maybe it'll be Blue Chew. Maybe it'll be Underdog. Maybe it'll be fucking Butcher Box. Maybe it'll be Shit Zooville. Fucking dog puppy store. Who knows?
You know how like in most offices and restaurants, going to the bathroom, employees must wash hands before leaving? You know where I'm going with this.
If trivia is hard, you get harder with Blue Chew.
Wrong, I've been down, been to the bottom of every